Well,
right,
it's
well.
on again. Hopefully you guys can hear me now.
Talk loud because they'll be able to hear you through this.
Well, it says green, so it should
Okay.
it should be on now. Sorry, Mary. Hopefully we fixed it. I don't know if the battery pack died. I know I turned it on. Maybe I accidentally shut it off when I put it in my pocket. Okay. So anyway, fat quarters. There's 12 fat quarters in the bundle. Lights to darks. We have the blue, the teal, and the purple. And those are $36.99 for the fat quarters. It's 12 fat quarters. Okay, and then we have our long-awaited Alice. So
Good now.
this is from the Curiouser and Curiouser line, which we already had 4 bolts of, and we added this one later, and now we finally have it. So this is Alice. I think the color is Daydream, but it's the teal. And then we also got some of her All-Stars, the tent stripes, that go along with both Curiouser and the previous line Homemade, and really anything that Tula does, because her colors are pretty interchangeable. She uses a lot of the same colors. And then we also got back in the Hexies in the gray background color with the rainbow colors going down. So those are back in stock. And FYI, in case you're having a cow over the price, everything is going up. All the Free Spirit, Tula Pink, Cafe, all of that, it's all going up, which, every manufacturer has raised prices. So unfortunately, I mean, it's the mills, the freight, it's, their stuff on their end, and then it all trickles down. And unfortunately, you guys are the end of the line as the consumer. So, it has to get passed on. Also, just so you know, not just the price of fabric, but also the price of rulers, because the price of acrylic has gone up with everybody putting up their plastic shields and whatever. That's going up too. So price of creative grids going up. I mean, that's just the trend for pretty much everything right now, is prices are going up. Okay, so that's fabric. Now, patterns. We have a lot of patterns. So we're kind of thinking ahead to the holidays. I know it's hot. It's June. Tomorrow's July. You don't want to think about Christmas, but here we are. And the first couple that I'm going to show you, we saw in holiday fabrics, and we loved them. And so we thought, we'll get them in. We'll do some up in some holiday fabrics. Unfortunately, our holiday fabrics aren't coming till later in July, August. Everything is delayed, so we're not going to do a Christmas in July, but we'll do Christmas in the summer. We may do a Christmas in July show on the very last Wednesday of July. Just depends on how much of our fabric comes in, but in the meantime, we can show you some cool patterns. So this one is from Krista Moser. It's called Vintage Windmill. And we actually saw this one done up as a table runner in holiday fabric. So what she did was one whole row of the windmills, and then these two, but in half rows. So you get one whole one and then the 2 halves on the outsides. And this pattern uses the 60-degree mini, diamond mini. If you have the larger one, you can use the larger one. That's what I have, and that's what I do them in. But it's just a really cool pattern. By Krista Moser. And if you are worried about using that ruler, you can take our class called Summer Swag that uses the diamond ruler, 60-degree diamond ruler, which we'll talk about later. Okay, and then this one is obviously a holiday. It's called Holly Jolly Quilt. And again, we saw it as a runner, so it was just one row of the holly leaves. You need 2 greens and 3 reds, so how easy is that? And then a background. So, and I don't remember what we saw this one in, if it was actually reds and greens. Yeah. But it was really cute. So, you're looking at these and you don't have to do a full quilt. I mean, yeah, it's 57.5 inches square, but if you did 4 of them as a table topper, or you do 4 of them across as a runner, or however long or short you need it to be, maybe you just need 3, or just do 1 as a pillow. So there's a lot of different options to do. Same with the Vintage Windmill. Maybe you don't want a whole row of them. You could just do 1. and do it as a pillow, as a, you know, decorative pillow, or do a couple of them as pillows. So there's a lot of different options that don't have to necessarily be quilts, especially for the holidays, because most people don't decorate with entire quilts during the holidays. You have smaller projects. Okay, and then the other one, oh, and both this Holly Jolly and the next one I'm going to show you, and the next one I'm going to show you, all can use, they don't require them, but you can use the folded corner clipper tool, which is fabulous. And for those of you who are already fans of this tool, I am so excited about this. I just discovered this today. There is a folded corner clipper XL. It's double the size, so it goes to 10 inches. Super excited because now I can use it for borders that are wider than 5 inches. And if you've never heard of the folded corner clipper, you haven't been watching our show at all for the last year and a half. We've done a demo of this. It is fabulous. Go back through our YouTube channel, find the demo where we did this. It is sometime in 2020. It is great. It will change your life. It is helpful for putting your binding strips together, putting border strips together, or if you're doing snowballing, which is what you're doing on a lot of these, where you're taking a square or rectangle and putting a square on the corner of it. Fabulous. Helpful, helpful, helpful tool. So this one, the Holly Jolly, Mimosa, and then the next one that I'm going to show you can all use the folded corner clipper. So Mimosa, it's bright and colorful, and again we saw it in holiday fabrics and it was really cute. So if you have, I don't know if it takes fat quarters. So if you have a fat quarter bundle of holiday fabrics, this would be really, really cute, which I think is what we saw it in, was an assortment of the holiday, you know, cute. So we've got the ones from Me and My Sister Designs. It'd be really cute in this, or just do all red and green, or do, I don't know what, red and white, or just something fun like what they do. So again, you can use the folded corner clipper on this. This one comes in multiple sizes, all the way from baby up to king, and they all take fat quarters and then yardage, and some accent prints. So lots of fun, and no special tools required, but again, the folded corner clipper would work. Okay, and then the next one that I will show you is Dinner Party, and again, folded corner clipper. This one is written for either layer cakes, or which is 10-inch squares, or it also has instructions on how to use it with fat quarters or third yard cuts. And this one comes in 4 different sizes. Crib. Those are big for what those are. So yeah, so if you've got a layer cake, which is usually 40, you just add a few more and you can do the queen, or you can do the twin and have a couple left over to throw on the back. I see they've got it here in some lighter colors, and then some pretty florals in the front. So you can mix and match, and again, layer cake is perfect because, you know, you're getting the whole collection. If you have, again, a fat quarter stack, or if you have some fabrics that have maybe larger prints, something that you don't want to cut up, I would imagine that these are 10-inch squares since it uses a layer cake. It'd be a good place to kind of showcase some of those fabrics that you are a little leery of cutting. Okay, let's do this really quick and then we'll move on to up there. So one more little fabric, 5-inch squares called Dance in Paris. These are from Zen Chic, and we are getting yardage to go with this. We always get the pre-cuts first, and then the yardage comes, I don't know, weeks later.
Some of these will work with what we have.
But some of these will work with what we have already. I think Breeze is the name of the line before this one. These you might recognize as Spotted. We have this in multiple things. So we have a holiday version with a little silver and gold spots in there, and then we have the regular ones that don't have any metallic in them at all.
Yes, the patterns can be bought.
And yes, all of these patterns can be bought in the shop. You can purchase them online, or you can come into the shop. If you go online, you just click on Shop, and then it'll do a drop down. You click on Patterns, and they're all there. Or you can go into the section that says All the new stuff and everything that we're talking about tonight, plus from a couple weeks ago, will all be in there. So all of this stuff is going to be in there, and it's going to be in the newsletter that goes out if you receive our newsletter. Okay, so that's Dance in Paris. So, brand new stuff. For the people who are fans of Sew Kind of Wonderful, which does the quick curve ruler, the mini quick curve, and the Wonder Curve, there's a new pattern and a new ruler. It's called the Quick Straight Ruler. So it's hard to see in here, but if you zoom down there, you can see that there's a slot in there. So the slot runs on the diagonal to this in this ruler, and it allows you to, it's similar to the curve, but it gives you a straight cut. And so this Diamond Days is the pattern that they have out for this ruler right now, and I think that there are at least 2 or 3 other patterns coming out later in this year that go with this ruler. And it, you know, it has grid marks on here so that you can also use it not just for this, but you can also use it just for your regular cutting or squaring up of fabric. You know, it's got all kinds of grid lines in here and squaring up things and all kinds of fancy schmancy stuff on there. I believe it also comes with a free pattern called Spin Topper. So if you just want to kind of get the ruler and check out how it works, there's full directions in there on that. Or you can try out the Diamond Days. So all of their patterns have in the corner, and they're all color-coded, what ruler they go with. So the Quick Straight Ruler is this hot pink color, which matches the hot pink on the actual ruler. And then the Wonder Curve is orange, and they have a new pattern out for the Wonder Curve called Flower Pop. And this one, they say it's stash friendly, so get your scraps out, or you do a whole bunch of 3rd yard cuts and 10 1-yard cuts for the background fabrics. So there's lots of different options that you can use in this, but this does use the Wonder Curve ruler, and this finishes at 76 by 77. And if you have any questions on using any of the Quick Curve, Mini Quick Curve, or Wonder Curve rulers, my mom, Michelle, is a certified instructor on these rulers, and she is going to be getting right on using the Quick Straight ruler and probably at least doing a block or 2 of Diamond Days, you know, to see, at least to see how it works up and how it works. So potentially a class down the line, you know, we'll see what availability we have. Okay, and then just a quick back in stock. We had already showcased these a couple of weeks ago, but we sold out of them right away, the bobbin boats. So what's cool about these is they can hold up to 10 bobbins in a size 15, class 15 or class 66. So those are back in stock. We only have the lime green. That's all that we can get at the moment. But we have those. Okay, now a reminder of classes that we have coming up, because the classroom is open now. So the first one is the project bag, and that's on Friday, July 23rd from 10 to 4. That's $35. And what that includes is, of course, your instructions. Well, the instructor doesn't include the instructions. You still have to buy the pattern. But that's going to include the vinyl that goes on the outside pocket, and then the soft and stable that's on the inside. So we'll provide those. You're going to be doing this size specifically. This is the small. And Michelle will teach you how to quilt with the soft and stable, how to work with the vinyl, how to put them in the zipper, how to do binding. So if you're new to bag making, or you just want to increase some of your skills, or you plan on doing any of the other By Annie bags, this bag is a really good kind of beginner into By Annie bags class. It just teaches you a lot of things. So you don't have to be a pro at quilting in order to do this, but you do need to have at least some experience in sewing. Pattern is required, and then you just need a fat 1/8 of 2 different fabrics, and then a 1/4 yard of the coordinating, which is the binding, and a zipper, Feasible interfacing. No? All right. But all of that information, when you sign up for the class, you'll be getting all of that information. So that's Friday, July 23rd. Okay, then the next class is running with scissors. I will have a sample of this in the shop shortly. But this one is a 2-day class. It's going to be Friday and Saturday, August 13th and 14th, from 10 to 4 each day, and this one is $50. And there's going to be some homework ahead of time, but if you have made the project bag or if you have done any of the By Annie things, you will have no problem with the homework. It's just going to be cutting out some of your pieces and quilting them up. But this one's a little bit more involved. You're using vinyl, and you're using the Soft and Stable, you're using mesh, you're using fold over elastic, and you're doing the zippers, and you're doing bias binding, so it's much more involved. So I prefer that you have a little bit more experience with quilting or sewing than being a true beginner, because there's a lot of steps involved, and again, there's homework to be done ahead of time. Okay, and then the next one is Summer Swag. This one is going to be also a 2-day class, Tuesday and Wednesday, September 28th and 29th from 10 to 4, and this one is $50. Last week we showed the sample, which is, we did a black and white with red for the stars. It should be hanging in the shop in the next couple of weeks. It is being quilted right now. It is at the quilters. So, and then it has to get bound. So that'll be in the shop. But if you have any questions about it, of course, you can come into the shop and ask, and we'd be more than happy to help you pick out fabrics for that. This sample is, on here, 6 different reds and 6 different blues, and then the red and the blue for the stars. And it uses the larger version of the 60-degree diamond ruler, and the ruler is required as well as the pattern for class. Okay, so that's those. You may have noticed, I don't know if I was ever on camera with the quilt, but we have a new quilt hanging up. This is another free pattern download from Art Gallery Fabrics. It's called Woven Rattan, and of course our sample looks completely different from the printed version, but it's using all low volume quilts. So we just, low volume fabrics. So we just picked a bunch of low volume fabrics and whipped it up. There is not a kit for it, but if you want it, we can kit it. I believe we still have all of the fabrics for that. So, but it is a free pattern download. So you can go on to Art Gallery Fabrics, go into their free patterns, and just scroll down till you find Woven Rattan. You can print it out yourself. We will have copies here. We just charge for the printing. So if you want to do it, if we do kit it, the kit will come with the pattern already. So, okay. I think that's, okay. So classroom. Starting next Tuesday, July 6th, I know this is going to make you all very happy, we are going to go ahead and increase the amount of people in the classroom to 20, but it's still vaccinated people. So 20 fully vaccinated people can be in the classroom. So if you have a sit and sew or a retreat coming up, you can now bump those up to 20 people in the classroom, back to what we were originally. So let's see, what else? Any other questions or comments on anything? Alrighty, so again, all of the information from tonight's show is going to be in our newsletter, which will get emailed out shortly. If you do not get our newsletter and you want to, go to our website, www.oldtownquiltshoporchid.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom on the very front page, and you can put in your email. It says sign up for the newsletter, put in your email, and you'll start getting the newsletters. We attach this video on there, as well as have links to everything that we talked about, so that you can just click it and find out all the information that you need to. Okay, everyone, stay cool, stay happy, healthy. TMI next week. Please don't leave us hanging. The information for TMI is also in the newsletter and the Zoom link. Come and chat with us. We've been lonely. All right, and happy 4th of July. You guys stay safe out there, and we'll see you Oh, and we're closed Monday, July 5th, so that we can have a little break. Alrighty. Have a great day. Good night.